Your husband forgot his lunch at home, so you decided to surprise him at work, something you'd never done before. As you step into his office building, suddenly 2 strong hands grab your shoulders from behind. A familiar voice whispers close to your ear, "You really came all this way for me?" You shiver, recognizing your husband's voice. He never talked much about his job, and you'd never visited his office. You turn, meeting his mischievous grin. "What the hell did you just call my wife?" He growls at the receptionist nearby, his tone low and protective. He steps in, his arm slipping possessively around your waist. "You're fired. Get out." You feel a mix of heat and relief rush through you as he turns back to you, his gaze softening. He takes the lunch from your hand and pulls you closer, his lips brushing your ear. "You're such a good girl," he murmurs, his voice sending a shiver down your spine as he kisses your forehead. "Thank you, baby," he says with that warm, charming smile, but the intensity in his eyes has you feeling more than just grateful. As his hand slides down your back, lingering a moment too long, you know this visit has stirred something much more intense than just a forgotten lunch. As you step further into his office, your husband's hand never leaves your back, guiding you with a gentle yet possessive touch. The sleek, modern space mirrors his authority, with large windows framing the city skyline. You place the forgotten lunch on his desk, but the air between you feels charged, like there's more to this visit than just a midday meal. He closes the door behind you with a soft click, turning to you with that mischievous grin again. "You didn't think I'd let you leave without giving you something in return, did you?" His voice is smooth, teasing. You tilt your head, curious. "What do you mean?" He walks over to his desk and opens a drawer, pulling out a small velvet box. Your breath catches in your throat as he approaches you, eyes locked on yours. "I've been saving this for the right moment," he says, his fingers brushing yours as he places the box in your hand. You slowly open the box to reveal an intricately designed bracelet, sparkling under the soft light. It's delicate yet bold, with your initials subtly engraved on the clasp. You gasp softly, running your fingers over the smooth metal. "Do you like it?" he asks, his tone soft but with a hint of anticipation. "I love it," you whisper, feeling overwhelmed by the gesture. "But why today?" He steps closer, his hand sliding around your waist again, pulling you against him. "Because you came all this way for me, and because I wanted to remind you that you belong right here, with me," he murmurs, his lips grazing your ear. The intensity between you heightens as he reaches for your wrist, carefully fastening the bracelet. "It's perfect," he whispers, kissing the inside of your wrist, the heat of his lips sending shivers down your spine. Just as you're about to respond, he pulls back slightly, his eyes gleaming with another layer of excitement. "And that's only part 1 of the surprise," he adds, his voice low, promising something more. Before you can ask what he means, the door swings open. His assistant, flustered, blurts, "Sir, they're waiting for you in the boardroom." Your husband's eyes darken with frustration as he looks back at you. "I'll make it up to you later," he whispers, his grip on your waist lingering just a little longer than necessary. You nod, heart racing, knowing that whatever part 2 of his surprise is, it's bound to be unforgettable. As the door to his office shuts behind him, the room feels quieter, but the heat from your exchange still lingers in the air. You glance down at the bracelet on your wrist, its delicate shimmer a reminder of his intense, possessive love. A few minutes pass, and your phone buzzes with a text from him. "I didn't forget part 2. Check the bottom drawer of my desk." Your curiosity spikes as you walk over to his desk, pulling open the drawer he mentioned. Inside, there's a sleek black envelope with your name written in his handwriting. Your heart races as you open it, revealing a note and a silver key. The note reads, "Meet me tonight at the address on the back. Don't worry about a thing. Everything you'll need is waiting for you." Turning the note over, you see the address to a luxury hotel downtown. The surprise tightens in your chest, excitement swirling with anticipation. You run your fingers over the key, imagining what he has planned. Knowing him, it'll be anything but ordinary. Later that evening, you arrive at the hotel, nerves dancing through you as you step into the grand lobby. The concierge greets you warmly and hands you a small package with a room number attached. Once inside the elevator, you open the package. Inside is a stunning evening dress, sleek, elegant, and unmistakably expensive, accompanied by a card that simply reads, Wear this for me. Your heart skips a beat as you quickly change into the dress, its fabric hugging you perfectly. You make your way to the room, unlocking the door with the silver key. The room is breathtaking, candles casting a soft glow, and in the center of the suite, your husband stands waiting, dressed in a sharp suit. His eyes darken with admiration as he sees you in the dress he picked. You look absolutely stunning, he murmurs, closing the distance between you. His hands slide around your waist, pulling you close. I wasn't expecting all of this, you whisper, looking up at him, your heart fluttering. He smiles, the same mischievous grin that started the entire day. I told you I had something more, but this, he gestures around the room. This is just to remind you how much you mean to me. You deserve every bit of it. He reaches into his jacket pocket and pulls out a smaller velvet box, opening it to reveal a diamond pendant, shining brilliantly in the candlelight. This, he says, fastening it around your neck, is a symbol of everything we've built together. I couldn't do any of this without you. Your heart swells as his fingers trail lightly over the pendant, his touch lingering on your skin. Thank you, you whisper, overwhelmed by the moment, by his thoughtfulness. He leans in, his lips brushing against yours, slow and deliberate. No, thank you for always being by my side, he whispers, his voice low, sending a shiver down your spine. As the kiss deepens, the weight of the day falls away, leaving only the two of you, wrapped in the warmth of each other. The luxury, the gifts, it all fades in comparison to the feeling of being completely and utterly his. The night stretches ahead, filled with promises of love, passion, and the unspoken vow that whatever comes next, you'll face it together. The kiss lingers, electric and consuming, pulling you deeper into the moment. As you pull back, breathless, your husband studies your face, his eyes dark with desire and something deeper, an unshakable bond. Tonight is about us, he says, his voice thick with emotion. I want you to feel how much you're cherished. He guides you to the plush sofa, the flickering candlelight casting soft shadows that dance across the room. You settle beside him, the warmth of his body radiating against you. You've already done so much, you reply, your voice a blend of awe and affection. I don't know how I can repay you. He chuckles, a low rumbling sound that sends shivers down your spine. You repay me by being here, by being you. He leans in closer, his breath brushing against your cheek as he whispers, and I've still got surprises up my sleeve. You can't help but smile, the excitement in the air thickening with every word he speaks. He reaches for the remote, turning on soft music that fills the room with a sultry rhythm, the kind that makes your heart race. Dance with me, he murmurs, his hand outstretched. You take it, feeling the warmth of his palm as he pulls you to your feet. As you sway together, the world outside fades away. He holds you close, his hands finding your waist again, guiding your movements with a deftness that makes you feel both safe and exhilarated. I've been thinking about all the moments we've shared, he says softly, gazing into your eyes. Like that time we got caught in the rain. Do you remember? You laugh, nodding. How could I forget? You picked me up and spun me around, completely soaked but so happy. And then we danced in the street like it was just us, he recalls, a fond smile gracing his lips. That's how I want you to feel tonight. Like it's just us. No one else matters. He pulls you even closer, the heat between you palpable. Your heart pounds as he leans down, brushing his lips against your neck. I want to create more memories like that. Memories that make your heart race and your soul sing, he whispers. Just then, there's a soft knock on the door, interrupting the moment. Your husband glances toward it, a hint of annoyance flashing in his eyes. Stay here, I'll handle this, he says, giving your waist one last squeeze before heading to the door. You take a moment to collect your thoughts, still buzzing from his words and the intimacy of the dance. What more could he possibly have planned? You bite your lip in anticipation, heart racing. When he opens the door, a staff member enters, pushing in a cart laden with a gourmet dinner, steaming dishes, decadent desserts, and a bottle of fine wine. Your husband's expression softens as he turns back to you, a proud smile on his face. Surprise, dinner is served. Wow, you really thought of everything, you say, genuine admiration spilling from your voice as you take in the lavish spread. "Only the best for my best girl," he replies, pouring you a glass of wine. "And I thought we could reminisce over our favorite meals while making new memories." As you eat, laughter fills the air, each bite a reminder of the love and connection you share. He recounts more of your shared moments. The small surprises he planned, the trips you took, and even the quiet nights spent wrapped in each other's arms. After dinner, your husband stands, taking your hand and leading you to the balcony. The city skyline sparkles like a sea of stars below, the night air fresh and intoxicating. He turns to you, his expression serious, yet filled with warmth. "I wanted to give you this," he says, pulling out a small box from his pocket again. "This is a reminder of all the beautiful moments we've shared and all the ones still to come." You open the box to find a charm bracelet, each charm representing a significant moment in your relationship. A tiny rain cloud for your rainy day dance, a miniature plane for your trips, and a heart symbolizing your love. "It's perfect," you say, tears of joy welling in your eyes. "I can't believe you remembered all these." "Of course I did. Every moment with you is a treasure," he says, his voice thick with emotion. "And I want to keep adding charms to this bracelet as we create more memories." He slips the bracelet onto your wrist, and you feel the weight of his love wrap around you. In that moment, you realize this evening has become more than just a series of surprises. It's a celebration of your journey together. You stand on the balcony, the city lights twinkling like stars beneath you. The weight of his words settles around you like a warm embrace. Your husband's gaze is steady, filled with a mix of mischief and tenderness that makes your heart flutter. "Let's take this inside," he suggests, his hand still wrapped around yours, guiding you back into the candlelit room. The atmosphere feels charged, electric, as you step away from the balcony, leaving the bustling world behind. Once inside, he pulls you close, a teasing smile dancing on his lips. "Now that we have our dinner and our memories, it's time for dessert." He gestures to the small table set with elegant desserts, a selection of your favorites, each one a sweet reminder of shared moments. You giggle, feeling the playful energy shift the mood. "You really went all out, didn't you?" you tease, leaning in to steal a taste of the chocolate mousse. "Only the best for my best girl," he echoes, a soft smile lingering on his face as he watches you savor the dessert. "But I must admit, the real dessert is yet to come." Intrigued, you raise an eyebrow. "Oh, and what might that be?" He steps closer, lowering his voice to a husky whisper. "How about a little game, a truth or dare, just between us?" Your heart races at the suggestion. You've always loved playful banter, and the idea of sharing secrets or daring each other sends a rush of excitement through you. "I'm in. You go first," you declare, leaning back against the table, anticipation bubbling within you. He grins, his eyes sparkling with mischief. "Okay, truth or dare?" "Dare," you reply confidently. He pauses, considering his options. "I dare you to tell me your deepest, most secret desire," he challenges, a smirk on his lips. You bite your lip, hesitating for a moment. It's a vulnerable moment, but the intimacy of the evening has dissolved your reservations. "I want to travel the world with you, exploring every corner and creating unforgettable memories," you confess, feeling a warmth spread through you. He nods, his expression thoughtful. "I like that. Now it's my turn." "Truth or dare?" you ask, your heart racing in anticipation. "Dare," he responds, a playful glint in his eyes. "I dare you to show me your most romantic side," you say, challenging him with a playful grin. "Challenge accepted," he replies, stepping back with a dramatic flourish. He walks over to the side table and picks up a rose from a nearby vase. "In that case," he kneels down in front of you, presenting the rose like a knight offering his lady a token of affection. "May I present to you the fairest flower in the room," he says, his voice smooth and theatrical. You can't help but laugh, the atmosphere lightening with his charm. "I didn't know you had this side to you," you say, taking the rose from his hand, your fingers brushing against his. "And that's just the beginning," he says, rising to his feet with a smirk. "Now it's my turn again. Truth or dare?" "Truth," you respond, eager to hear what he'll ask next. What's one thing you've always wanted to try in the bedroom, but never had the courage to ask? His question hangs in the air, bold and direct, and your cheeks flush with a mixture of surprise and excitement. You swallow hard, considering your answer. I've always wanted to explore a little role-playing, you admit, your voice barely above a whisper. His eyes widen slightly, a mischievous grin spreading across his face. Interesting choice, my love. Consider it done. But I get to choose the scenario, he teases. Okay, fair enough, you reply, your heart racing at the thought of the adventure ahead. Now, let's wrap this up with a little dessert. Your turn to pick a sweet treat. As you both indulge in the rich flavors, you can feel the chemistry crackling between you, the evening evolving from simple surprises into an exploration of desires and intimacy. Now, for my final dare, he says, leaning in close, his breath warm against your ear. I dare you to let go of all your inhibitions for the rest of the night. No reservations, just us. You nod, a thrill running through you as you accept his challenge. Deal, but you have to do the same. With a shared smile, you finish your desserts and prepare for what the rest of the night holds. The air between you is thick with anticipation, the spark of intimacy igniting into a flame as you dive deeper into the game and into each other. The night is far from over, and the surprises he has planned are just beginning to unfold. Each moment is a chance to explore, connect, and discover the beautiful depths of your love, where every kiss, every touch, and every whispered word leaves a mark on your hearts, creating a memory you both will cherish forever. As the night deepens, the playful atmosphere in the room morphs into something more intense. Your husband's dare lingers in the air, a promise of exploration and intimacy that sends your heart racing. You set aside the dessert plates, the remnants of sweetness forgotten as the real feast of connection unfolds. The music softens, the ambiance inviting you both to delve deeper into your desires. Now that we've broken the ice, let's take this to the next level, he says, his voice low and filled with intent. He moves closer, the warmth of his body radiating against yours. What do you say we explore that role-playing idea of yours? Your breath catches at the suggestion. Really? You're up for it? The thrill of anticipation courses through you, mixing with a hint of nervousness. Absolutely, he replies, his eyes gleaming with excitement. But I want you to set the scene. What's our scenario? You pause, considering the possibilities. How about a classic, like a seductive stranger at a bar? You suggest, your pulse quickening as you envision the setup. You can be the mysterious man who catches my eye. Perfect, he grins, clearly enjoying the idea. He takes a step back, adjusting his posture and adopting a more confident, alluring demeanor. Now, let me set the mood. He flicks off the main lights, leaving only the warm glow of the candles. The atmosphere shifts as he assumes his role, a smirk playing on his lips. I'll be the charming stranger, and you, my lovely lady, are sitting alone, waiting for someone to sweep you off your feet. You bite your lip, playing along. And what if I'm not interested? He raises an eyebrow, the playful challenge evident in his gaze. Oh, I think you will be. I have my ways of getting what I want. You can feel the energy shift, and the playful banter quickly intensifies. Let's see what you got. You respond, leaning against the table, feigning disinterest. He steps closer, the confidence radiating off him. What's a beautiful woman like you doing all alone in a place like this? His voice is smooth, laced with intrigue. You play your part, keeping your cool. Just enjoying my own company. Not everyone needs someone else to feel fulfilled. He chuckles, leaning in slightly, the distance between you closing. But don't you crave a little excitement? Someone to make your heart race? You take a breath, feeling the tension between you build. Maybe. But what makes you think you're the right man for the job? Because I can make you feel things you've never felt before, he says, his voice dropping lower, sending shivers down your spine. Let me show you. Before you can respond, he captures your hand, pulling you closer. Come with me. Let's escape this dull life for a moment. You allow him to guide you across the room, pretending to be swept away by his charm. The chemistry crackles as he brings you closer, and you can feel the warmth of his body, the promise of adventure in his touch. As he leads you to the sofa, you can see the intensity in his gaze. Now, what if I told you I have a secret? He whispers, his breath warm against your skin. Secrets can be enticing, you reply, leaning in, mirroring his energy. What's your secret? He leans closer, his lips brushing against your ear. I've always had a thing for confident women. They drive me wild. His words send a thrill through you, and you can feel your heart racing in response. And what if I told you that I love a man who knows what he wants? You tease, your voice low and sultry. Then I'd say you're in luck, he replies, pulling back slightly to look into your eyes. Because tonight, I know exactly what I want. In that moment, the tension between you ignites, and you feel the roles begin to blur. The playful game has become a raw exploration of desire, each glance, each touch, amplifying the heat in the air. Tell me what you want, you whisper, leaning closer, your lips nearly brushing against his. I want you to lose yourself in the moment, he replies, his voice thick with desire. Forget everything outside of this room, just us. With a shared understanding, you both lean in, the world around you fading into nothingness as your lips meet in a slow, deliberate kiss. The intensity of the moment swells, and you can feel the passion between you reach new heights. As you deepen the kiss, the playful game becomes a beautiful dance of exploration and intimacy, where every moment is filled with unspoken promises and wild desires. You pull back slightly, your breath mingling, gazing into his eyes. This is only the beginning, he whispers, his voice a low rumble. There's still so much more I want to explore with you tonight. The promise of what's to come hangs in the air, an intoxicating blend of excitement and longing as the night unfolds, ready to reveal the secrets you're both eager to share. Tonight, let's throw caution to the wind, he murmurs, his voice low and sultry, sending shivers cascading down your spine. He steps closer, his body radiating warmth, and you can feel the magnetic pull drawing you. With deliberate slowness, he reaches up, his fingers brushing along your collarbone, trailing down to your waist. The touch is electric, igniting your senses as his fingers dance across your skin, teasing and lingering. You're breathtaking, he whispers, his gaze traveling over you, drinking in every detail. Show me how much you mean it, you challenge, your heart racing as you embrace the boldness of the moment. There's a fire inside you, a hunger for exploration, and you can see the same flicker in his eyes. He grins, his confidence intoxicating. Oh, I plan to, he says, his voice thick with promise. He draws you in, his lips brushing softly against yours before he pulls back, gauging your reaction, a playful glint dancing in his eyes. You step closer, craving the warmth of his body against yours. Don't tease me, you whisper, your voice low and inviting, the challenge sparking a deeper hunger within you. He chuckles, the sound deep and rich before pulling you closer again. I wouldn't dream of it, he replies, capturing your lips in a fervent kiss. The moment ignites, a rush of passion flooding between you as his hands explore your body, fingers tracing the curves and contours that drive him wild. His grip tightens, pulling you flesh against him as the kiss deepens, tongues dancing in a slow, sensual rhythm. The world fades into the background, leaving only the two of you, wrapped in each other's warmth. Breaking the kiss, he breathes heavily, his forehead resting against yours. You have no idea what you do to me, he murmurs, eyes dark with desire. Every second with you is an adventure, and I want to savor every moment. With that, he takes your hand and leads you toward the sofa, his movements fluid and purposeful. He guides you down, the softness of the cushions enveloping you as he hovers above, his gaze filled with longing. You deserve to feel every bit of this, he whispers, his voice low and intimate. As you sink into the plush fabric, he hovers over you, his body a comforting weight. His lips find yours again, the kiss fierce and passionate, igniting the air around you. You can feel the heat radiating from him, his hands roaming freely over your body, exploring every curve and angle. With each caress, he ignites a fire within you, a desperate need to feel more. His fingers slide beneath your shirt, the warmth of his touch sending jolts of pleasure through your body. You're so soft, he breathes, his lips trailing down your neck, leaving a trail of kisses that burn against your skin. You arch your back, craving more of his touch, the urgency building between you. Don't hold back, you gasp, your breath hitching as he explores your collarbone, his lips trailing lower. I want all of you. Trust me, I plan to give you everything, he replies, his voice thick with desire as he captures your lips again, the kiss deepening into something primal and raw. His hands find the hem of your shirt, slowly lifting it over your head, exposing your skin to the cool air. He pauses for a moment, his gaze raking over you, admiration mixed with lust. "You're even more beautiful than I remember," he murmurs, his eyes dark with longing. You blush under his scrutiny but feel empowered, the thrill of vulnerability merging with a sense of daring. You reach for him, pulling him closer, desperate to feel the warmth of his body against yours. "Now it's my turn to explore," you whisper, your hands trailing down his chest, feeling the hard muscles beneath his shirt. You push him back slightly, a spark of mischief in your eyes as you flip the script, switching roles. "Let me show you how much I want you," you say, your voice sultry and commanding. You trail kisses along his neck, savoring the taste of his skin, the way his breath hitches at your touch. He groans softly, his hands tangling in your hair as you explore him, trailing your lips down his collarbone, each kiss igniting a fire in him. "God, you're intoxicating," he gasps, his voice strained with desire. With a teasing smile, you sink lower, your hands deftly unbuttoning his shirt, exposing his toned torso. You plant soft kisses along his abs, feeling the tension build between you, his breaths quickening as you move lower. "Are you sure you want this?" he asks, his voice thick with yearning, but there's no hesitation in your heart. You look up at him, eyes filled with determination and desire. "More than anything," you whisper, the words a promise that resonates between you. As the night unfolds, every kiss, every touch becomes a celebration of your love, a dance of passion that draws you both deeper into the moment. The connection between you intensifies, igniting a fire that promises to burn long into the night, as you explore uncharted territories of desire and intimacy together. As the hours pass, you lose track of the world outside, each moment filled with laughter, intimacy, and whispered secrets. But as dawn approaches, a strange shift begins to ripple through the atmosphere, the air thickening with a sense of anticipation. "Stay with me?" you whisper, pulling him close, the warmth of his body grounding you as the shadows of night retreat. "Always," he replies, his voice deep and soothing, but there's an unfamiliar edge to it, as if he's battling something just beneath the surface. The warmth of his body begins to fade, and you feel a sudden chill sweep through the room. You sit up, confusion washing over you as the atmosphere shifts, becoming dense and heavy. "What's happening?" you ask, your voice tinged with worry. His expression darkens, eyes narrowing as he focuses on something behind you. "I don't know," he replies, urgency lacing his tone, "but we need to..." Before he can finish, the room shudders, and everything around you begins to blur and spin, colors swirling together like a vivid painting gone awry. You grasp at him, panic rising in your chest. "No, don't let go." As the world spirals into chaos, you feel the ground beneath you dissolve, and with a blinding flash of light, you're thrust into darkness. Suddenly, you find yourself lying on a cold, metal floor, the bright lights above blinding you. You sit up abruptly, heart racing, confusion enveloping your senses. The air is different here, sterile and charged with a strange energy. "Where am I?" you gasp, looking around, disoriented. The walls are sleek and futuristic, adorned with strange symbols that hum with an eerie glow. Panic grips you as you realize you're not in your home anymore. You scramble to your feet, searching for answers, when a voice echoes through the room, calm yet authoritative. "Welcome back, player 147. You have successfully completed the level of connection." Your heart races as you turn toward the voice. A holographic figure materializes before you, its features indistinct but its presence commanding. "What do you mean, level of connection?" you demand, your voice trembling. You have participated in an immersive experience, designed to explore the depths of your emotional connections and desires. The relationship dynamics have been analyzed, and you are now required to choose your next path. "What? No, I don't want to choose anything. I was with my husband." You feel a surge of panic, the warmth of his body still lingering in your memory. Your emotional bond has been evaluated, the hologram continues, seemingly unfazed by your distress. You can either return to your original reality or remain here and explore the alternate dimensions of your relationship. "Is this a game?" you ask, disbelief flooding your mind. "Where is my husband? I want to go back to him." The hologram's voice takes on a more serious tone. Your husband is currently in another dimension. To reunite, you must first complete the level of separation. This will test your commitment and desire to reconnect. Are you willing to proceed? Your heart aches at the thought of being separated from him, but the desire to find him burns brighter. Yes, you whisper, determination igniting within you. Very well. You will now enter the level of separation. Remember, your choices will shape your journey. As the hologram fades, a portal opens before you, swirling with colors and light. You take a deep breath, heart pounding with uncertainty but driven by love. You step forward, feeling the familiar pull of his presence guiding you, ready to face whatever challenges await. As you dive into the unknown, the world around you shifts, the promise of adventure igniting the hope of finding him once more. The journey has just begun, and you know that somewhere in another universe, he's waiting for you.